Well, the latest is, we signed and contracted to do a rematch, and that's what it is right now.
Do you know when it's going to be, when we can hear?
I don't got no date right now, but I know that's the next fight that Terence Crawford.
How long do you think it will be before we might have some news about that?
I don't know. It's still up in the air, given the first male boxer, undisputed, in any division in a 4-belt era, and I honor, that, and if he was to come to me or activate his.
I mean, it could happen. I mean, why not? If Crawford want to challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great. So, what I'm saying, I'm with it. So, I'll be going for Bud. If he fight Canelo, I'll be going for him.
The sport is in chaos again. Just when it seemed like Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. had gone their separate ways, talks for a rematch are suddenly back on the table as of April 2025. And this time, they are not just rumors. Negotiations are happening behind the scenes. Both fighters are talking about it, and tensions are rising fast, with Crawford already challenging Spence's position in boxing. Let's catch you up.
I wanted to see that immediately after that fight, but now time has kind of ran its course. I don't want to see Errol. I just don't want to see Errol get done like that again. That's all. And I believe Errol Spence is a generational talent, great fighter.
Crawford and Spence have never been the type to hold back, and as the talks start turning into reality, they are getting louder, taking shots at each other in interviews, social media, and now even during a heated live exchange. Spence, who has been out of the ring since his brutal loss to Crawford in 2023, is more fired up than ever. He is pushing hard for this rematch, claiming that the first fight didn't tell the full story, that he was drained at 147 pounds, and that the weight cut took everything out of him. Crawford, however, is reminding everyone what happened the last time they stepped in the ring, how he knocked Spence down 3 times, and how the fight wasn't even close. But Spence refuses to accept that narrative. He is still convinced that at 154 pounds, everything changes.
But you gonna knock my first?
Because I don't want to personally. We talking about what we want to see. I don't want to see it because I know what it's gonna look like. The same as it looked last time.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Errol Spence wasn't the same.
What was wrong with him?
He looked slow. He looked he looked sluggish.
Why?
I can't tell you. I wasn't in camp.
At the division, he dominated for his entire career. All of a sudden, when it came time for this fight, he looked different. Why?
I wasn't in camp with him. I can't tell you. I don't know if his body finally broke down from being at 147 for too long.
This entire rematch situation has been a roller coaster since the moment Spence exercised the rematch clause after their first fight, when Crawford destroyed him in July 2023. Spence wasted no time triggering the clause, determined to get another shot. But the contract was clear: unless either fighter submitted written notice stating they couldn't make 147 pounds, the rematch would take place at welterweight again. Spence never officially filed that notice, but he and his team kept insisting that the fight should happen at 154. Crawford wasn't having it. He had no reason to give Spence an advantage after beating him so decisively. That's where the standoff began.
Can't be made, but weight can't be used as an excuse and sort of say, I don't feel like it. Like, I'll go up to for this guy, but not another guy. So, that's sort of the spirit. The language is very, more precise and very definitive. But the concept is, out of fairness, is, let's not be selective.
Then Spence's health issues slowed everything down. Eye surgery, the recovery, the doubts about whether he could even return to form. While Spence was dealing with all that, Crawford moved on, won another title at 154 by beating Israel Madrimov, and shut down any talk of a rematch. When reporters asked him about it, he barely acknowledged the possibility. Nah, he said, dismissing it completely. At that moment, it looked like the rivalry was over for good.
Question, but I want your reaction. Is the Errol Spence rematch on the table still, or nah?
All right, we're gonna wrap this. I'm trying to tell you.
But now things are shifting fast. Crawford is no longer shutting the door completely. Spence is ramping up the pressure, calling him out every chance he gets. Most fans are saying Spence deserves another shot, that the weight cut really did affect him, that it wasn't the real Spence in the ring that night. Others are calling that an excuse, saying he got exposed, and a rematch would look the same no matter what weight class it happens.
I truly believe that the fight would have went that way regardless, because stylistically, the fundamentals on that level, Crawford just outclasses Errol Spence in every single category.
Spence, though, is making this personal. He is openly accusing Crawford of ducking him, of trying to walk away from the contract, of acting like the fight never existed, just because he got the upper hand the first time. Crawford, never one to let someone dictate the narrative, is firing right back. He is telling Spence he had his chance, that he got dominated, that he didn't even look like he belonged in the ring with him.
54 or 47, but I'm sure he probably gonna push the weight up, but there's no gonna be no change in the decision. The performance still is gonna be the same. Might be even a little bit better. So he might want to watch out before he activate their rematch clause.
And now in real time, both fighters are making it clear that they are ready to go to war again. Spence, despite everything, is still confident. He is saying that Crawford has never fought him at full strength, that he wasn't himself in that first fight, and that he is going to prove everyone wrong. Crawford, on the other hand, is almost laughing at the idea that anything will be different to him. Spence is always overrated. His style is too predictable, and if God got in the ring again, he would beat him even faster the second time. The trash talk is getting more intense by the day, and with both men finally admitting that talks are happening, this fight is looking more real than ever.
Let's go! As you can see, man, breaking news. Errol Spence then activated that rematch clause to fight Terence again, right? Let's be honest, we all saw the fight. Crawford beat boogers out that boy.
However, this trash talk is already causing some waves in the sport. Terence Crawford and Shakur Stevenson have always been tight, their bond built on years of respect, mentorship, and shared ambitions, but now their views on Errol Spence Jr. S. legacy are splitting them into opposite corners. Crawford, never one to sugarcoat his opinions, has ignited a firestorm by outright dismissing Spence's Hall of Fame credentials. Meanwhile, Stevenson, one of the sport's brightest young champions, isn't having it. The disagreement is stirring heated debates among fans, analysts, and even fighters, with opinions clashing over what truly defines a Hall of Fame career.
For 154, because this is the legacy fight. He wants this for his legacy. Now, if you ask me, I think Terence Crawford's taking it to the stupid. He's not going up there for no damn legacy fight. You know what? He's going after Canelo for the reason that he said after he fought Madrimov and after he fought Errol Spence. He wants the most money possible. Simple. He's not trying to move down the ladder and shift into reverse.